What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and in this video I'm going to be comparing the specs of the Nikon D5200 to the Nikon D3200. The Nikon D5200 just been announced today, supersedes the D5100, which was obviously very popular, and it's aiming at the sort of advanced beginner photographer. And a lot of people ask me which camera to go for as a beginner, and some people want to spend a little bit more and go for an advanced model which will last them, and I think the D5200 fits in there quite nicely. I currently own the Nikon D3200, sort of a backup camera, and you can see an unboxing of it here. And in my usual style, I thought let me go through these specifications to give you guys a better idea of the differences between the two cameras. To start off with, megapixels. Obviously Nikon are big on megapixels. Both cameras are DX crop sensors, by the way, not full frames, and the D5200 comes with a 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor. The D3200 comes with a 24.2 megapixel CMOS sensor. So in terms of megapixels, pretty much very similar. The sensor also seems very similar, so you're most likely going to get similar results at the end in terms of image quality. Autofocus, the D5200 comes with a 39-point AF system. The D3200 only comes with an 11-point AF system. So obviously the D5200 is going to give you more of an advantage here. More focus points gives you a better range in terms of getting your focus points. So an advantage for the D5200 here. ISO range, the same on paper, between 100 to 6400, extendable to 25,600. Now obviously the performance will have to be seen in some hands-on to see what the differences are practically, but on paper very similar. RGB metering sensor. Now this is what optimizes the auto exposure, autofocus and auto white balance. So if you're going to be using these modes in auto, they're going to be the RGB metering sensor is going to play a part. The D5200 comes with a 2016 pixel RGB metering sensor. The D3200 comes with a 420 pixel RGB metering sensor. So obviously the D5200 has an advantage here. Continuous shooting, the D5200 is going to give you 5 frames a second. The D3200 4 frames a second. Now obviously this is the continuous burst mode, so for fast moving subjects and sports photography, etc., obviously the higher the continuous frame rate, the better it's going to be at capturing fast moving subjects. The D5200 has a slight edge, 1 more frame a second. In terms of the screen, this is very interesting. The D3200 and the D5200 come with a 3-inch 921K dot very angle screen. The advantage that the D5200 obviously has is that it's a swivel screen. Now what that basically means is you can swivel the screen out. Very useful, especially for video. I've found when you're doing low angle shots, etc., you can just look at the screen and you can tilt it around. Obviously also taking pictures of yourself, if you want to do that. I don't know if you want to do that, you can switch the LCD screen to face you as well, so very useful. Obviously for a video I'm doing like this, it would be very useful because right now I can't actually see what I'm recording, so it would be very useful to have that swivel screen. Okay, the card slots both come with an SD card slot, so you're going to have similar storage, single SD card slot on both. Video, you've got the D5200. This is very interesting because the D5200 comes with 1080p at 24, 25 and 30 frames a second, which is pretty standard, but also you can also film at 50 to 60 frames a second at full 1080p HD. Now this is very shocking for me because the full frame Nikons such as the D800 and D600 do not have 1080p at 60 frames a second. So this sort of beginner entry level DSLR and DX format having 60 frames a second, which is going to be amazing for slow motion. Very impressed by that on this camera. The D3200 1080p at 24, 25 and 30 frames a second, also 720p at up to 50 or 60 frames a second. Obviously big advantage here on the Nikon D5200, which is going to give you 1080p at 60 frames a second. Amazing. Both have mic input, pretty standard on most Nikon DSLRs these days. Very useful if you're going to be using it for filming. In terms of weight, the D5200, this is the body only, not including the battery, etc. 505 grams, the D3200, 455 grams, so the D3200 is more compact, it's going to be a little bit lighter. The wireless transfer, you've got a wireless mobile adapter, which you may or may not have heard of. It's a W1A adapter. You can see an unboxing of it here. What that allows you to do basically is to transfer the files from your camera to a Android or iOS device wirelessly, so you can put it to a tablet or a phone wirelessly. Very useful. Personally, I've not used it much myself, I'll be honest, but there are certain situations where it will be useful for if you're out and about and you need to get the images to a client or somebody quickly. You want to put them on Facebook, whatever you want to do. It's a very, very useful option, and you've not got a computer nearby. A useful option to transfer the images from your camera to an Android or iOS device. You can also have certain controls over the camera, not huge, but you can do certain controls of the camera via your phone with this device. Price: the D5200 is currently, they've said that it's going to be, this is with the 18 to 55mm kit lens, around £820, which is slightly on the expensive side. In terms of US dollars, the official US dollars has not been announced at the time of this video. I'll put it in the description when it is announced, but you're looking at, I'm assuming, roughly about $1,150. Comparing that to the D3200, which has dropped in price, £420, or roughly about $600. So a big difference in price here. I mean, you're looking at almost double the price when it's released. The D5200 is going to be released on the 6th of December, and you're looking at roughly about double the price. So I would definitely advise to wait if you are going to go for the D5200. The D3200 initially, when it came out, was around about £600 in the UK. Obviously, it's dropped over the months. To summarize, both great DSLRs. The D5200 obviously has its advantages, but also has a higher price tag, so do bear that in mind. And if you're thinking of getting one, I would advise waiting a few months. I definitely would advise waiting a few months, because I think currently, in terms of the price difference, I would personally go for the D3200. I know the D5200 has these extra features, but I think the price is a bit too high at the moment. What are your views on the cameras? Would you go for the D5200? Drop me a comment below. Do let me know. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. And do subscribe to this channel. I post videos regularly on here. Really helps me out as well. This is Saf on Super Saf TV, and I'll see you next time.